Hey, good morning guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. We're gonna have a little experiment here this morning. You guys remember the Yintal razor that I just reviewed the other day? And I really liked it. It's a mild one. It's on my 1 through 5 scale. It's on a number 1. But I really liked how it shaved and how hefty it is. You know, we're talking about 108 grams. This is solid 316L stainless steel, marine grade, so you can throw it to the bottom of an ocean, retrieve it after 10 years, and it's still going to be there. At least that's the theory. I want to compare this razor against this razor. And you might say, oh, this looks exactly the same, which it is. I have 2 of those now. I just ordered it, came in this same little Yintal box here. It even included a pack of Yintal blades. I don't have any idea whether or not they are any good, where they are made, who makes them, and all that kind of stuff. We're going to try them out at a later point. But today what I want to try is, we had quite some controversial conversation here on the channel about the My Blades brand. And I pointed out that they kind of insinuate on their webpage that those blades might be made in Germany. But then after reaching out to the company, they told me blades are made in Pakistan. And they have 2 different versions. They have the platinum blade, which I already got. And they have the silver. So platinum and silver, 2 different blades. So one supposedly a proper stainless steel blade. And the other one, the silver one, is what gets referred to as high stainless. High stainless is a less stain resistant steel than stainless steel. Stainless steel, per definition, there has to be a certain amount of chromium or chrome in it that makes steel. Steel is a ferrous metal, makes it rust resistant or stain resistant. In high stainless, for example, feather blades are also high stainless apparently. They put a little less chrome in there, so they are a little bit more prone to staining and rusting, but the mix of the steel is a little different, and that allows them to get really sharp results. So extra stainless steel, and here's high stainless, which is not super rust resistant. Feather, apparently the same way. Now I want to compare those 2 blades. These ones here were provided by Wally. He sent me a few of those individually in an envelope. He just taped them to a sheet of paper and put them into a normal leather envelope. And then I think these ones here, the My Blades, did I get them from Bill or from Artur? I'm not 100% sure. You guys know. Anyways, we're gonna put them in 2 identical razors, Yintal and Yintal, $30. And so that we don't confuse them, I bought something else besides the new Yintal razor. We're gonna open up this little box here, and you can already see who might have sent this to us. I bought it. I didn't get anything for free from them. PAA doesn't know that I exist, I don't think. I haven't asked for anything free. Let's get this open here. My Swiss Army knife, the Cadet, does the cutting here today. So I really only ordered one thing from PAA. Unfortunately, I had to pay shipping for it, which is always a bummer. Makes the purchase always extra expensive. What I bought is this little thing. It's just one of those tips that you can put at the bottom of, I think it's the Ascension model that PAA sells. But I was told that those little screw-on tips here can also be screwed onto the Yintal stainless steel. Let's see if that's true. Yep. Looks more or less identical. One is green, one is silver. And with that method, we can avoid mixing up those 2 razors. So one original and one with a green tip. So now we're going to load up those razors here, one with a platinum blade. Believe it or not, I just dropped the entire box into my sink. They always have a little word of wisdom on here. Do what is right, not what is easy. I think that's a quote from John F. Kennedy when they were talking about going to the moon, where we're doing things not because they're easy, but because they're hard. Oh, maybe that's John F. Kennedy. Anyway, so we're going to put the platinum here, the platinum blade into the green handle. Yintal. All right, so platinum green. And the less expensive silver blade. If I'm not completely mistaken, 100 silver blades are 16 bucks and 100 platinum blades are 30 bucks. So almost twice as expensive. And we're going to see if twice as expensive gives us twice the shaving performance. I doubt it, but we'll see. I just noticed that my Yintal razor that I got from Arthur had this little silicone washer, and the one that I just got from AliExpress doesn't have one. But believe it or not, I actually have one sitting here right next to me. We're just going to grab that, a little dusty, and put that on there. It doesn't do anything in terms of, you know, how the razor shaves. It just protects the polished stainless steel surface. So platinum, silver, right? What else are we going to use? I have my scuttle, the Goodfellow Smile scuttle filled with hot water, nice and warm. And we have my little Simpson brush soaking in hot water. It's a synthetic brush. I know you don't have to pre-soak, but if you put it in hot water, the bristles are nice and warm, and I like that. And we're going to use Cella again. We just recently used it. Some people were not happy with my lathering performance, so I'm going to give it another whirl. We're going to grab a good chunk here out of my container with my little spoon and transfer that over into my scuttle. Doing that right now to the bottom, squish it down a little bit. And then now we already have to take a break because, you know, we're going to make a relaxed shave. I have my VW Bus enameled cup here with some coffee. Very good, very good. And pre-shave wise, let's just continue on and try Cremo a few more times as pre-shave. Now I already have it on my fingers. I just decided to maybe wet my face a little bit before I put it on. I'm again playing around with camera apps. I'm not super happy with the video performance of my camera here. We'll see what the future will bring. So Cremo as pre-shave has been working pretty well, I think. Cremo is not my favorite for actually using it as a shaving cream, which it is, and it's supposed to be like a brush-free shaving cream. You just put that on your hand, rub it in your face, and off you go. And that works fine. I guess you can get away with it, but I like it as a pre-shave. All right, let's grab the scuttle and the brush, shake some water out of it. And let's get some more water. My emesis basin also filled with warm water. Let's see if we can get a lather going here. Cella is a soft cream. It's a shaving cream, not a soap per se. And so if you put that in your scuttle or your shave bowl, you will most likely have it all stuck to the bristles immediately, just like what happened here to me. And then you just have to work it. You just have to work it. And I keep adding water until I'm happy with the result. The big bubbles go away and it gets creamier and creamier. It looks more like whipping cream on a cake. And once we're there, then I transfer that over into my face. All right. I said that I love the scent of Cella. This is absolute beautiful marzipan or almond scent, and I love it. It's really nice. You know, as a kid, I didn't like marzipan. Now as an adult, I do. It's kind of funny how things change. in people's lives. Look at that. I was just saying that it is not the slickest soap. And then, you know, if there are people that like Cella so much and it's their favorite soap, then they get defensive. I don't want to offend anyone. It's just my opinion. It's my observations. Of course, there is the potential that I'm doing something wrong with the product, and that's why I'm not getting the same results as you. But it was just not the slickest soap. There are other soaps that I have used that have a little bit more slickness. And then, of course, then some people say slickness is not everything. You know, cushion, whatever, all that stuff. Of course, and everyone has their own take on things. So you do you and I do I. And here in these videos, it's going to be my opinions, my observations. And compared to some other products that I've used, Cella is not the slickest soap. But that's why I'm giving it another try just for you guys to see if I can maybe improve my technique with Cella. Maybe we're going to get a better result today. Oh, the scent is amazing, but I have way too much lather here on my brush. I'm slinging it all over the place. Happens way too often. My little Simpson Trafalgar T1 is doing a good job. Just the handle is a little short. I wish I would have bought the bigger one, but hindsight, you know, hindsight 2020. If you're not from the US or not English-speaking country and you are listening to this in English as your second language, you might not know what hindsight 2020 means. It's an expression of, you know, when someone has 20/20 vision, that means they have pretty good eyes. And when someone says hindsight 2020, means pretty much after the fact you always know better. So hindsight 2020 just is one of those sayings that don't really necessarily make sense when I literally translate it. But for native English speakers, it kind of does make sense, I guess. All right, so we're going to do one side, the silver blade, which we're going to start up with. Let's check if everything is tight and the alignment is perfect. Yep, looks good. My Yintal razor. Here we go. Huh. I don't feel much blade. I can see there are stubbles in my lather here. It does shaving. It does shave, but I don't feel much blade action at all. No tugging on the other hand. Tugging is always a sign of a dull blade. Or a sharp blade and you just have razor wire as stubbles. Okay, let's just switch over to the other side real quick. I know I'm still doing this all with one hand. Oh yeah, make sure it's tight, yeah. Huh. So the green tip is the one with the platinum blade. And it feels slightly different. I feel a little bit more blade. The gentleman from My Blades that responded to my email, he actually said that the platinum blade, they get some coating. First of all, they have two different sources for the steel. One is sourced in Germany and the other one is somewhere sourced in the European Union. I don't know how many member countries there are in the European Union these days. 28, I want to say. So it could be any of those countries, somewhere sourced in the European Union. And then they go to Pakistan to be sharpened. And then the fancier ones come back for or the cheaper one come back for a coating. I'm not 100% sure. But the shaving result here so far is more blade feel, which I kind of like. So I kind of get the feeling that the blade is actually doing something. Also no tugging. Okay, let's do the same thing with the silver. Of course, this is not a very scientific test. You guys know that. it's very subjective. And then, you know, my two face halves are maybe not the same. There might be slight difference. And then also my technique on one side is different than on the other side. I just wanted to see if we can tell a difference. It kind of feels very similar. Shave result for the first pass is good on both sides. I missed a little something up here. I guess even if the sharpness is about the same and the shave result is about the same, you could have a difference in longevity of those blades. So maybe on a platinum blade you get about, I don't know, 5-6 shaves out of it, and on a silver blade you only get 3, and then they start rusting. That is very possible, but we're not going to be able to figure that out today. Yeah, maybe I will use each blade that we're doing the shaving with today a few more times, and then we come back when they both have 4 shaves on it, and then we're going to compare again. Let me know what you guys think. So let's lather up again with the beautiful scent of marzipan. Cella, really nice. It doesn't give me any irritation, so there doesn't seem to be any harsh chemicals in it. Unfortunately, they put a big old sticker over the ingredient list. But in my previous video where I used it, I put links down below. I might do the same here. So you can go online to the product page and look at the ingredient list. I'm a little ignorant sometimes. I don't necessarily, you know, pay attention to what I smear my face. I probably should. All right, we're back on the silver side. Let's do across the grain. This is an exceptionally mild but efficient enough razor. If you are looking for something mild, inexpensive, and made out of stainless steel, this here is the ticket. It really... It really does a good job, this razor does. It needs maybe 3 passes to get it all smooth, but it will get there. And in the process, it will give you a very enjoyable shave. Yeah, the results are still... I might be a little smoother on the platinum side here. There's a little bit less noise. There's maybe a little bit more left here on this side. So very, very close, very close. This is really a razor that you can pull out at 6 o'clock in the morning and do a shave almost on autopilot and not hurt yourself. Yeah, this is good. Yeah. And now the other side. And my initial impression was that I feel a little bit more blade here on the platinum side. And I don't know if this is just in my head. Very, very close. Guys, I cannot say if there is really a massive difference. Might be a slight difference. You know what we're going to do? When we're done shaving here with those 2 blades, we're going to measure them. I want to know exactly, at least by hundredths of a millimeter, if they are the same dimension. That could make a difference. So if they are manufactured in different facilities or they get some sort of coating or treatment after the fact, there might be a slight difference in dimensions. So let's finish this up. Third pass. Again, I didn't want to step on anyone's toes by saying, you know, Cella is not the slickest. It isn't, at least not in my book. But it's good soap. It's a good soap. It's very inexpensive. I forgot what it is. 10, 12 bucks maybe, a tin like this. And then I also have the matching, actually the Cella aftershave balm that I used last time doesn't match the scent at all. It's different. It's just a fresh, clean, you know, like a very generic. I was hoping that it is marzipan smell as well. So let's do against the grain now. Yeah, picks up some. There is so little blade feel, but still enough efficiency, guys. This razor is very, very, very mild and gentle. You can almost be careless with this thing. I mean, I'm going here around my jawline. With more aggressive razors, you have to be really careful and kind of follow the arc. Here in this case, even down here, it just glides. Cella helps, of course. You know, the soap. It's actually slick. So maybe I'm changing my mind. It's pretty good. Ah, very good, very good. And very little blade feel. Man, is this mild. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction, guys. Let's lather up again. The razor has a really good handle. The knurling on here is really good. All right, let's do this again. Oh yeah. So there's still stuff left. There is maybe a smidge more blade feel with a platinum. But in this razor, it is just so easygoing. All of it is so easygoing. And we now have, there is a little bit of a difference. Silver side has a little bit more left than on the platinum side. So maybe this almost, is that a word, imperceptible? I don't know. It's not very perceivable, but this tiny little bit of extra blade feel here on this side might have given it the extra edge on efficiency. And I wonder how this is possible. I mean, I'm assuming that razor blades, they are sharpened. There's definitely more here than nah. We need to do a little touch up here. Let's do a little touch up in the next section. The problem zone. Usually I'm very careful down there. I rather leave a little bit than cause grief. But we're gonna follow up here. We're following up. There might also be some tolerances between those two razors, right? I mean, they are made by the same company in the same factory, but there are always machining tolerances. And then I don't know how they get polished. If actually someone takes them in the hand and polishes them by hand, or if a machine is doing this. So there might be a slight difference between those two razors as well. So this is as good as we're going to get. And the result is there is no major difference between those blades. Like I said, long term, there could be the platinum could last a little longer. It doesn't start rusting as easily and as fast as the silver blade. That could be a long-term effect of this, so that you can actually shave longer with the more expensive blade and then ultimately make up for the extra price. Let me rinse off real quick. All right, guys, so the conclusion is that in this head-to-head of those two blades made by the same company, the platinum and the silver by My Blades, I cannot for sure tell you that there is an advantage to one or the other. The silver blades definitely have the price advantage, so a silver blade is 16 cents and the platinum blade is about 30 cents a blade. Let's measure them. Let me get set up real quick. We're going to do that right here in front of you guys with a micrometer, and we're going to measure if we can actually detect a size difference, okay? All right, guys, no efforts were spared. This is a German-made micrometer, goes to hundredths of a millimeter. I will put some conversion numbers here somewhere so you have an idea what that is in inches. I took the two blades out of the razors, washed them off so we don't have any lather hanging around. And now we're just going to measure how wide. This here is the silver one. So let's start with the silver one. I hope I get it just right. Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. The blades are pretty floppy. So maybe on the edge. So this one here, falls right out, is 21 and 21.85 millimeters. Let's do that again just to verify. This is probably not the best way of measuring this, yeah? Because the blades immediately they deflect as soon as I tighten the micrometer up to it. Yeah, so 21.87 roughly, 21.87. And I'm going to grab the platinum here. Let's try to do that too. I bet you it's the same. Oh, I take that back. The platinum here so I stop tightening as soon as I feel the blade being touched. This is smaller. This is 21.82. The silver is actually larger. Are you kidding me? Is that even possible? Am I making this up? Is this all in my head now? Huh. Oh, that's weird. Now I get the same reading as with the platinum. No, I am not making this up. 21.85 is the silver and 21.82 is the platinum. Let's flop that around and measure the other end. Yeah, that is the fact. 21.85 versus 21.82. So that's only 0.03 of a millimeter. Again, we'll put what the difference is in inches here. We're talking about a couple thou at the most, but that's significant. So there is a actual dimensional difference between the silver blade larger and the platinum blade smaller. I don't know if that's intentional or if that's just normal manufacturing tolerances. Not sure. I guess if you look at a blade, you know, here in the middle section where all the different alignment holes are, you don't have much rigidity, so I couldn't measure there. So I went to the edge where there is continuous material across. You would think that a blade needs to be manufactured to relatively close tolerances, or else you're completely going to be messing up the you know, either the effectiveness of a razor, or you're going to make it so aggressive because the blade sticks out too far out of the head here. But don't forget, there is tolerances in everything. Even here, this machined CNC machined razor, this might be manufactured on a Monday and the other one on a Thursday. And the machine is just ever so slightly out of whack, and it puts out a razor that's completely different in its characteristics. Can be. But there's 0.03 of a millimeter difference, at least with my very primitive ways of measuring this here. Anyways, we tried. No perceivable major difference between silver and platinum here in my testing. I just wanted to give it a try. You guys wanted to hear. Some people have asked me about a comparison, and there it was. Let's put on some aftershave balm here by Cella. My skin feels a little dry. Yeah, this is not marzipan scented at all. It gives me a little bit of a burn right now, because I waited too long, I guess. My skin already dried up, and yeah. Established 1899 by Mr. Cella. And what was the saying they had? Something about the purity. Very, very pure. It was written on the explanation on the package. Yeah, this is more a clean, fresh, scented aftershave balm. So you could literally use just about anything together with your Cella soap. It's not necessarily complementing the marzipan scent. But yeah, so that's it. We have two Yintal razors now that are identical, at least externally. There might be some slight performance differences. One with a green tip, one with a silver tip. We're going to keep it for future comparisons. If you guys want to see blade comparisons like this between, you know, a Wilkinson sword and a feather blade, or a Sharp versus a Persona, or maybe a US made Persona, the Met Prep ones versus the ones that are made in Germany now, we can make this happen. You just let me know down in the comment section, and I will pick up on that and I will run with it. So two, just for those little experiments, two of the same. And the blades, both are pretty good, I would say. They worked really well. They didn't give me any tugging. They didn't give me any, you know, feel of like, oh, this is way too sharp. Mild razor, I gotta admit. Mild razor. If we would put two Müller R41s up against each other with two blades, maybe that would be a worthwhile experiment as well. Alrighty guys, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for shaving with me. If you're new here, please subscribe. And if you're already around the block here for a while, please give me a thumbs up. That helps the channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.